Box jumps, 1 out of 10. Huge impact, bad landings, and way too much stress on your knees. I would avoid it.
Oh, he knows nothing. Absolutely nothing. Welcome back to the channel, guys and girls. I hope you are doing splendidly. So happy to have you here. I am Coach Tom Hall, your resident biomechanist, mastering sports performance. I train coaches how to get their clients even better than before in a little bit of athletic-based style. So today, front and center, doctors need to stay in their lane. One of the big pet peeves that we have in our industry is, and I'm sure in yours as well, is people butting in about certain things that obviously they are very technical perhaps, but there's certain things that in fitness, in nutrition and whatever, every single person has an opinion on because they do it somehow. Doctors, what the hell, bro? But let's see, because they are from a position of absolute trust. So this guy, Dr. JC Frandrup, they've seen a lot of these videos lately and they're really winding me up, if I'm really honest. I wrote on this and said that I should just give my opinion on surgeries, if I'm honest, and be like, oh, 6 out of 10, the old knee patella surgery with the scalpel just really doesn't work and it's not good and doesn't last you very long. Because this is what this guy's talking about. I think he's an orthopedic surgeon, I assume. I hope. If he's like a nephrologist, then what the hell? That's a kidney doctor. If he's doing that, then what the hell is he talking about this one? I didn't give him a like. I'll let you make your mind up. Doctor rates leg workouts for healthy knees. Alright, so that pretense, at least he's put that there and said, right, these exercises are good for, they're like, or what he's rating them to get healthy knees. That's the end goal, that's the outcome that he wants to see from doing an exercise. So preface that. If I want to get a really big chest, I don't do calf raises. Cool? 0 out of 10. It's no point. At least you're training something. 1 out of 10. At least you're training something. I want to do a 100-meter swim. The chances are I don't need to do kite surfing. Like, cool, I'll be in the water for a little bit, but probably, or I don't know, rock climbing and stuff like that. It's moving, but it's not really that. Like, you don't need to do it. But let's crack into this chappy, doctor, whatever it is. Okay.
Box jumps, 1 out of 10. Huge impact, bad landings, and way too much stress on your knees. I would avoid it. Squats, 8 out of 10. Great for strengthening the whole leg chain as long as you keep good form and depth that your knees tolerate. Wall sits, 7 over 10. Solid for building isometric quad strength without joint impact, but limited movement means less full range benefit. Lunges, 6 over 10. Helpful for stability and strength, but it can irritate the knees if your alignment or step length is off. Deadlift.
You irritate me. All right, so let's go through that first. All right, let's just. I'm going to give my rating for healthy knees as a master's degree in sports performance and biomechanics and a bachelor's degree in S&C and coached for 15 years, from professional athletes to 76-year-olds coming out of ACL surgeries. So those are my things. Go look at my coach group. So this lad said this one.
Box jumps, 1 out of 10. Huge impact, bad landings, and way too much stress on your knees. I would avoid it.
Oh, he knows nothing. Absolutely nothing. Box jumps, not 1 out of 10. Absolutely fine. The fact that you just said, what did you say? Something landings? Bad, huge impact. Okay. All right. Doctor, whatever. You realize, right? So to preface this, we do not have to jump on the highest box possible. Number 1. Also, the box jump is an introductory start to plyometric, i.e. that is more ballistic based training, or because it's not ballistic because there is an eccentric phase, but it's an introduction to jumping, okay? It is just the concentric phase of it, and then when you land, it's actually the lowest landing forces you can do from any jump. Put that in perspective. Any jump. Also, for healthy knees, you need elastic capabilities because your patellofemoral tendon has to go through, stretch over that joint. Otherwise, it's not going to get thick. It's not going to have any kind of stretch reflex. If something's nice and bendy, it bends, don't break. There's something in that. Probably the best athletes we see that do not get injured will have nice elastic knees. They're able to absorb impact and absorb kind of energy, that kind of boop when they land. And this is the biggest way to to start this. I start coaching. I will get a 70-year-old who wants to have nice, better knees to do a little box jump to start to absorb impact at a very minimal load through some kind of power-based movement. This is one of the worst takes that you could possibly have. Cool. My rating, it's not box jump. It's like 7 out of 10. It's fine.
And way too much.
Bad. This guy's never done a box jump in his life.
stress on your knees, I would avoid it. Squats, 8 out of 10. Great for strengthening the whole leg chain as long as you keep form and depth that your knees tolerate. Wall sit.
Cool. I'm glad that he formed that his knees tolerate. So make that an 8 out of 10. I'd kind of agree. It's fine. So if we want to, the picture was a lady doing a back squat. To make this a 9 out of 10 or a 10 out of 10. So probably a back squat is more like a 7 out of 10. So if we anterior load, so goblet squats, kind of Zercher squats, front squats, if you will, that's going to be more beneficial for healthy knees because where this lady has her bar is on the back. So that's going to be over my hip. It's a more posterior loaded kind of chained exercise because of the nature of where that barbell is. And you'll get people who are more posterior dominant to kind of anteriorly dominant. And they tend to shove their hips wider. It's a little bit more of a hingy. Or you get people who fold very nicely. If they're going to do squats, cool. Goblet squat them, guys. Do nice tempos. Try and get that kind of knee flying over their toe so you get that stretch through that, something called your patellofemoral tendon, and we're going to be gravy from doing those. It's probably down to tempo, a decent tolerance of load, and gradually just progressing. Back squats, 6, 7 out of 10, probably box as much as they can tolerate. Anterior loaded squats, like goblet squats and stuff, really cool. Heel elevated, even better. Something like a polygon step would be fantastic.
Tolerate. Wall sits, 7 over 10. Solid for building isometric quad strength without joint impact, but limited movement means less full range benefit. Lunges.
Oh, it's called a wall sit, my friend. It's an isometric. Yeah, okay, cool. So isometrics get a bad rap, and they're awesome. 10 out of 10, isometric. It's not the bad. Wall sit, like 8 out of 10. It's fine. It's better than what he says, but the full range benefit, obviously, they're training different things, dude. Like, you're asking for different capabilities from the muscle. So you're having a constant contraction isometrically, and the full range benefit is something called an isotonic contraction. They're different things, my man. Like, oh, anyway, all right, we'll sit. So yeah, I'd agree with a 7 out of 10. Solid isometric quad strength, cool. There is limited movement, hence why it's called an isometric. It's fine. So this is what it's called, a yielding isometric. So you're putting tension on that quad and everything that's going through your knee, because the baseline of support is like here, and basically all that energy that we're kind of pushing back here is coming out of your knee here. So it's just transfer of force that way. That's it. So it has to go into your patellofemoral tendon. Hope he knows that. Yeah.
Full range benefit.
But it's fine.
6 over 10. Helpful for stability and strength, but it can irritate the knees if your alignment or step length is off.
Bullshit. Lunges. Don't know which ones. Are we backward? I'm giving a mustache. Whoop, whoop. Are we going through a forward lunge? Are we going through a reverse lunge? Are we going through a lateral lunge? I don't know. These aren't split squats, remember? Split squat means both those feet will stay in the same place. Lunge means one foot moves from symmetrical position to an asymmetrical position. So one foot has to come off the floor. So this lady, I don't know what she's done, probably a forward lunge. So the difference between this, so if we're doing a forward lunge, you put a lot of shearing force. So we'll keep drawing on this lady. You put a lot of shearing force, which is the force that goes in here. If we do a forward one, where all of my force is going forwards, I have to brake when your foot goes out in front of you, stop you from falling, and then you push off back towards this. It's really poor for any kind of development of musculature, the forward lunge. It's good for something called deceleration forces. So if you're trying to slow down, take impact, that kind of thing, actually quite good for the knee, if I'm honest, but kind of body weight is okay. Reverse lunges, bueno. We can make that knee go way over your toe. We can make it a little bit more quad developy. You can put this she's very upright. I'd want a little bit leaning forward, a little bit more athletic position, and then we're stepping back. It looks more like a squat pattern. That's what I want it to look like. More like a squat, just perhaps a little bit wider base. Absolutely fine. If your alignment is off, just put a line on the floor. Fine. It's going to be a very quick fix. It's not something I'm going to be worried about. Lateral lunges, even better. But those are mainly going to be towards your hips. So remember, it's healthy knees we're talking about. Knees. Right.
Deadlifts, 9
We'll
out
let
of
them
10.
play
Top
again.
tier for posterior chain strength, which offloads the knees and helps support long-term joint health. Leg extensions, 4 out of 10. Good quad isolation, but puts high shear force on the knee joint, so not ideal for sensitive knees. Sled pushes, 9 out of 10. Great for building quad power with minimal knee stress because the movement is controlled and low impact. Step ups, 8 out of 10. Strengthens quads and glutes while training balance as long as the step height isn't too aggressive. Leg.
Wish you weren't aggressive. All right. Deadlifts, 9 out of 10. For knees? For knees.
And top tier for chain strength, which offloads the knees and helps support long-term joint health. Leg.
Right, offloading something will not make it better. Let's just say that. That's mum rehab, my friend. Oh, just rest it and it'll get better. Yeah, cool, but then there's more likely the hindrance of it to happen again is far greater. There's absolutely phenomenal research on the more prevalence of like calf strains or ankle repairs or ACL tears happen again in the first it's like 25% of the chance in the first 6 months of it happening again because of bad rehab by saying like we need to offset the load on something. You need to be loading pretty much straight away and putting stuff. They need to be doing deadlifts. I 100% like surrounding areas need to be stronger, but deadlifts are not for your knees really. Your knee does flex. Obviously, we need actually like some tibial kind of rotation in there. That's going to be good for healthy knees. But deadlifts, they're very indirect. It's good for global strength, and globally stronger people have stronger things and harder to break. That's what's good about that. Your preface of the knees, my friend, it's like a 6 out of 10. It's fine.
Long term.
As an exercise, yeah, it's 10 out of 10.
Health. Leg extensions, 4 out of 10. Good quad isolation, but puts high shear force on the knee joint, so not ideal for sensitive knees. Sled.
It's fantastic for sensitive knees because you can change the load. You're targeting exactly the muscle group that you want to. You can isolate it. You can, that's essentially what you're doing. You can literally just give a pad and somebody to move in terms of like exactly what it just hinges at the knee, and that's what it's there for, right? So yeah, quad isolation. You're going through that tendon. You're getting everything that is good going through that hinge, okay? You don't get any of these compensatory patterns that are happening in terms of stabilizing, for example, that you would through like a single leg squat or lunge or whatever it would be like, okay? So that's the thing you're missing out on, but identify that as a leg extension. It's better than a 4 out of 10, 8 out of 10. Also, you can do isometrics on it really easily, really targeted isometrics. You can do single leg work. You can do really long, prolonged eccentric work. Is it me or is he looking creepier and creepier? Yeah.
Just 9 out of 10. Great for building
That's
quad
one.
power with minimal knee stress because the movement is controlled and low impact. Step up.
That's not the correct argument. Minimal knee stress because the movement is controlled and low impact. It's good because it's concentric only, which actually doesn't create as much tear as you feel like, but you're able to generate good force and not get sore. What's not good about that? Bueno, like it.
Low step ups, 8 out of 10. Strengthens quads and glutes while training balance as long as the step height isn't too aggressive.
What's an aggressive step height? Oh god, that step was so aggressive at me. That height. It's so high, or is it like it's too low? That becomes like a passive one. I don't know. Creepy man. Yeah, step ups, step downs are the better thing to do than a step up. Just putting it out there, my friends, for knees. So something called a like polygon step down or a kind of isometric step down, for example, is something that I would use with people. Split squat is actually what we probably use. But yeah, step ups absolutely fine. It's mainly concentric force. I would be looking at the lowering phase of it more than the up phase of it. Cool, but. You're a surgeon, why would you look?
7 out of 10. Safe and supported for strength, but too much weight or deflection can really stress the knees.
Leg presses, like there's minimal knee flexion happening in most leg presses, like across the board. Like Watson ones, hammer strength ones, like the Prime is the one that I use mainly, and it is very quad dominant. I can barely push anything on it because the other ones are just going to be like, there's different angles of leg presses. Is it like, are we going like a flat? Is it cable? Is it like a plate weighted? Is it like, yeah, we don't know. Leg press in general, it's fine for knees, but it's fine. But 7 out of 10, probably, yeah. 6 out of 10, it's mainly like hip and glute development.
8 out of 10, helps build lower leg stability that reduces knee strain during walking, running, and lifting. Hip.
It does. I think calf raises are good, 100%. I want people doing single leg ones for loads of reps, please, and then double leg ones for really high weight. Cool, that's all you kind of need to do. And then maybe a knee bent one would be really fantastic, so you get your slayers involved. In terms of your knees, yeah, it's the back of your knee that's going to be getting away with force. So you probably need the hamstring. There's not much that's been training your hamstrings here. We do have, unfortunately, your hamstring is one part of what happens when your knee flexes and extends. So yeah, I don't know if we're going to get there or not. I don't think so. I would like to see some hamstring curls in here somewhere, preferably on a slider or a seated one would be fantastic. But we've got hip thrusts. Why not? Let's see what he says.
Out of 10, best on this list. Elite for glute strength, which takes pressure off the knees and dramatically improves joint biomechanics.
10 out of 10 on your hip thrusts. I'm going to go and say it's the one that I would say is least beneficial for your knee on this list. What are we doing, guys? All right, doctor, it's not the best on this list. It's the worst on this list. It is elite for glute strength, not knee strength. Like, your glute doesn't, like, it's not near your knee. It's going to make elite for hip strength. Cool. You missed the joint, my man. It's in the name.
Takes pressure off the knees.
Again, this guy wants pressure off your knee. How did you get your 100 kilo bench press? Was it from taking pressure off your chest? No, it's fucking like exerting pressure through it, right? How did you get your 200 kilo squat? How did you enable to run like Usain Bolt? How did you able to run 9.5? Was it resting? Was it because you rested lots? No, it was because you put pressure on your joints to go further on your body. That's what made you healthy. Dear. Nobody wants to do something that's hard, insane. Hip thrust, yeah, 4 out of 10, not good.
Dramatically improves joint biomechanics.
It doesn't. It's one of the most overrated exercises for like the general population. It takes ages to fucking like set up. The glute drive machines are better. Just use the machine if your gym has one. And I'd rather most people will get more benefit because like unless you are trying to build big glutes, cool, or just trying to get perhaps a bigger deadlift. That's the reason why you do this. Do single leg hip thrusts and thank me later. Just do those. Single leg hip thrusts, hold a dumbbell there, or just like pump out 30 of them if you can. That'll be better for joint health. Make it into a hamstring bridge. Come on, a wash hold. Anyway, thanks, doctor. If you're a coach and you disagree with anything I've just said, or if you just like anything, if you'd like to know more about training properly, please come and join my group or ask me any questions down below. And you can see why we'll do some more of these because there's just so much misinformation from people. Listen to him about surgery. Listen to us about exercise. We'll see you in the next one.